This is Rob Lauer with 360 News Las Vegas. We're here on Colorado Boulevard. Right down there is Main Street. And right in this area, there's been a huge revitalization of stores, of nightclubs, of bars, and antique shops. Lots of antique shops. But what's really been interesting is how this area has had a bunch of artists come out and paint on these walls, these beautiful murals just like this. And so today we're actually going to take a tour of this area and talk to some of those artists and actually tour some of those murals. So stay tuned here at 360 News Las Vegas. Hi, this is Rob Lauer with 360 News Las Vegas, and today we decided to come down here to Main Street and see what's been going on. And there's been a huge revolution here in Main Street in business, antique stores, and also street art. So as you can see here, we have an amazing piece of street art that was just produced, completed just about 2 weeks ago by the artist, Janelle Rail, who is an amazing artist by the work you can see here. Welcome.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
So tell us about this art and what inspired you, why you decided to do this.
Well, this particular piece I designed specifically for this area, and it was all about remembering what Vegas is about. The vintage glam, the old properties that used to be here, that
the
drew
Mint.
the Mint, the Stardust,
The Frontier.
the Riviera.
The Riviera.
And just remembering our history.
Wow. And this is really colorful. So before you actually did this, what was on the wall before?
There was another piece by, I believe it was an artist and 10 other helpers. It was originally based out of Australia. And before this piece went up, there were a few artists that wanted this wall as well. So I was really glad they chose mine.
And you've never done this before. This is your first time. And tell us about the experience and how you actually did this, because you have a day job.
Yeah.
And so you did this at night on the weekends in the dark.
Yeah, in the dark. They were kind enough to light up the streets for me. I was on a 30-foot ladder, and even in the back of a truck bed. I have some funny pictures of that.
Well,
scary.
Just here setting up today, we've had trucks rolling through, we've had crazy people walking through, homeless people with needles, all kinds of stuff. And you're out here painting away.
Trying to make it prettier.
Trying to make it look prettier.
Yeah, make it nice again. You know, this whole area has been really revamped. There's a whole lot of other artwork going on around, and it's just been really fun with the local businesses really supporting the local artists around here.
How long did it take you to do this?
I kind of lost count of hours. When I agreed to do this, I have done other murals before, just on a much smaller scale. This is definitely the largest piece I've ever done. So
it took you about 2 weeks, you think?
About 2 weeks, and yeah. I don't remember, lots of coffee.
It's all right. So you did this at night. You were painting this at night up there on the ladder?
On the weekends, after work.
I couldn't paint this during the day if I wanted to. This is amazing. So it's just so colorful and so bright and so cheerful and happy.
Yeah, that's a lot of my artwork. And most of my other pieces that I do, this is a different medium, but all my other artworks as well.
So what was the message in this art that you were trying to convey?
Just, you know, the vintage glam of Vegas. You know, people used to come here for the sparkle, and I wanted to bring the sparkle back to Vegas.
So we're going to today also go around and look at other art around this area, Main Street, Charleston area, just north of the Stratosphere. We can see it right from here. And over here, there's all these alleys here, and some parts of the alley, some of the walls are, got graffiti from taggers and gangs, but some of it has this art. And so how are the gangs dealing with this? Have they come out and talked to you about it?
They've been great, honestly. It's all about art and expression and having a voice, and it's a positive outlet. And so I kind of look at street art a little bit differently, as more like a therapy, a voice, a way to express yourself. And so I think there's just that commonality here, where people would come by and give me like fist bumps.
So gangbangers gave you fist bumps, right?
Yeah, very supportive.
They liked what you're doing.
And honestly, they have so much respect for other artwork that they don't go over and tag over it. They've been really kind to me. So I've had a great experience down here.
That's a really interesting dynamic, how the gangs see you as an artist and they respect you and they show you respect.
Well, they're artists as well. Yeah, they're artists as well. We all respect each other out here. So it's
great.
Nice.
So what's next for you? You said you have other art projects planned with other walls in town here?
I'll be doing another mural up in North Las Vegas with Fat Snacks. It was really neat. They drove by while I was painting, and then asked me to come out and look at their walls, and so I'll be starting that next Saturday. And
So if people want to hire you to do more art, where can they get a hold of you?
my email, my Instagram, I'm working on a website soon. I also am currently on display at the Westgate, so I have other artworks there.
Can they
and
find you on
information.
Facebook or anything?
They can find me on Facebook, just my name.
Right, and so your name right here is Janelle Rawl. And if you want to find out more information about her, look at some of her artwork. She has some amazing artwork over at the Westgate. So some of that artwork we're going to go and show after the show, obviously, is mannequins. So you
Mosaics,
painted,
sculptures, and
they're on display right there when you walk in at the casino.
Yes, and as well as 12 of my paintings. And then I'm also going to be on display at a therapeutic art center, just to really kind of that art therapy, promoting health and wellness and happiness, hopefully. So,
This was your first time doing this, though.
in downtown Las Vegas, yes.
Right.
I used to paint murals on school buses.
Wow. Wow.
So, yeah, I've had a little bit of a history of just doing art all along. It's one of my passions. So
How long have you been an artist?
since I was very little, actually. My mom was an art instructor, and instead of putting me in art classes, she just gave me lots of things to play with, and so it's just always been something very fun for me.
So even though you didn't go to a school formally for art,
Yeah, I still kind of made it out
you
here.
still made it,
Yeah.
right? And but you had your mom teaching you, who
A little bit, yeah. She's awesome. She's one of my big cheerleaders. But what got me out on this scene particularly was doing charity work, doing artwork for charities like Shade Tree and the National Organization for Women, and then people just seeing me and then meeting with people and networking, and then them wanting to put me on display. It wasn't necessarily a goal, but it just has been happening, so I'm very excited about it.
well, congratulations. You did
Thank
an
you.
amazing job. You should be very proud. I'm not an artist, and I really appreciate what you did. I really, really am
We're
amazed.
all
And well, I could never do anything like this, and that's why I really appreciate what you do.
Aw, thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Janelle. This is Rob Lauer for 360 News Las Vegas here on Main Street, Las Vegas, Nevada. Hi, this is Rob Lauer with 360 News Las Vegas. We're here with Pam, who's the owner of this cocktail bar, the Velveteen Rabbit, and she also employed some artists to paint some murals here that are just phenomenal. Can you tell us about these murals?
Yes, so we did a collaboration with ISI, which is the local group here, industry, just supporting industry, and we also worked with local artists, Anthony Ortega and Brett Rosepeiler. So we started with this one over here, and then Brett Rosepeiler finished the snake.
Now, you've been here for 5 years.
Yeah, 5.5.
So you've seen a lot of growth in this area, in this little Main Street area between Charleston and Sahara. And so tell us about this area and why you chose to open a business here.
So I grew up in Las Vegas. Downtown has always been close to my heart, and I would come over here. We'd always eat at Casa Don Juan and go around to the thrift stores. And after the recession, this area needed some love. So when me and my sister, who's my partner in this, we're looking around, we found this building. We thought it was just the perfect spot, and then the city was offering a bunch of incentives, so we got 2 grants and we got a free liquor license at the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Free liquor license. That's worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's a huge value.
Yeah.
So you've been here 5 years. How's business doing?
Wonderful. We keep getting better and better. Now that Main Street has been revitalized, it's just incredible.
Let's talk a little bit about the art here, though. Did you choose the art and they painted it? How did that work? What was the process?
Yeah, I mean, we saw their styles. We knew that Anthony was really into this mandala, beautiful design work, and that Brett did. He's also a tattoo artist, so just looking at his style.
So this is 2 artists in one mural.
For this one,
Right.
Yes. And then Brett did the snake. We were, they definitely had more of an idea of what they were doing here, and we just thought it was great. We don't ever want to stifle an artistic vision. We definitely had an idea for a snake, though. I thought it'd be so cool to utilize the area over
Oh, it's
here.
really cool. Really neat. So, and that sends a message about what your cocktail bar is about, and that is, it's an artist bar.
Right.
People, even the drinks are artists, right? They're custom artistic drinks.
Right, yes.
And you can have different kinds of drinks, different made. And how do you come up with this idea?
So me and my sister grew up here, but we left for several years. I was living in Portland, Oregon, and Tokyo, and then she lived in San Diego. We both traveled a bit around the world, and we just came imbued with a lot of different ideas for like creative endeavors as far as like cocktail bars. She had been working in the service industry for quite some time. So she came up with the idea, and I was just like, yes, this is amazing. And we wanted more than just a bar. We wanted a place for community. Growing up in Las Vegas, I felt like sort of a disconnect. So I felt like, oh, we can create a space that we can invite artists, you know, everyone from different backgrounds.
So you have performance artists come in regularly and and perform in different types of art.
Yeah, we put on events on our own. We invite different artists. We like to do like different things. We had something earlier in the year called Surrealistic Pillow, where we worked with 2 local artists to do a cloud installation.
Wow.
Joel Spencer and Nova May. And then we also did a collaboration with Chef Dan over at Other Mama. So we did food, and then we did really elaborate cocktails. It was super fun.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
So from a business perspective, how is Las Vegas doing right now from your point of view?
Oh, I think Las Vegas is just incredible. I think the growth is enormous. I see people constantly moving here. I think businesses are constantly opening. It's incredible to see.
What was it like for you to open a business here? Was it easy? Did they make it easy?
It was not easy.
No?
They do use us as an example to show people how to go, because it's not, when you start a business, it's not necessarily like set out for you. You kind of have to figure it out. But the city was really helpful in like helping us. But they also, I think, through helping us, saw some flaws in the system. And so I think now it's a lot easier for people to start, especially a bar. But
how long did it take you from conception to opening?
2.5 years.
It took you 2.5 years.
Yeah.
It took a lot of.
But you have to understand, like, we didn't have any money at that point.
Right.
So that was a huge part of it too, was finding the funding for it.
When did you identify the location, and then when did you open? How did that work?
So we now own the building, but before it was owned by Wes Miles, who opened the Arts Factory. So he was really instrumental.
So you went from no money to owning this business to owning the building.
Yeah.
It's kind of the American dream. Wow.
Yeah, I'm super blessed. I feel very grateful, and I'm super excited to be here. So I wanted to put in everything into this property.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So great, you know. And I've been there, I've had some of your drinks and checked it out, and people should definitely come down to the Velveteen Rabbit. Do you have a website, by the way?
Yeah, velveteenrabbitlv.com.
Great. Check it out. It's a great bar, great art, and great, beautiful murals here. This is Rob Lauer with 360 News Las Vegas, and we're here with the owner, Jennifer, of the Atomic Style Lounge. Tell us about what you do.
Yeah, my partner and husband and I moved here a couple of years ago from New York City to start a future retro fashioned hair salon. So we're full service. We do everything from cuts and color. Half our clients are guys, but we also specialize in event hairstyling and makeup.
Wow, so weddings, other kinds of special events.
Absolutely. A lot of our requests are vintage looks, anything from 20s to 60s, but increasingly as word gets out all over the world, most of our wedding groups are from the UK, Australia, Germany.
Wow.
But we're getting more requests for more modern looks and romantic looks, boho looks as well. So it's really worked out well for us here in Vegas.
So I understand you also serve alcohol while people are getting their hair done. So a little specialty there.
We'll offer a
wine
little glass of champagne, a little mimosa, you know, while they're getting ready, just a little perk. We pride ourselves on creating a fun pre-party atmosphere.
So you've been here for 2 years?
It's 2.5 we've been open.
So how's business going?
It's you know, it's going amazing now. The word's gotten out. We get a lot of tourists on this block on Main Street, which is amazing. And then we're getting locals for the day-to-day business. But you know, for Viva Las Vegas, which is a 4-day rockabilly festival in April, we do hundreds of girls.
So where are we located? Where is this, so people know what's the address of your business?
Yeah, this is 1237 South Main Street, which is on Main, 2 blocks south of Charleston at Colorado. And we're a part of the Arts District. This area here is called Antique Alley, and we're thrilled to be a part of this community. It's up and coming, all organically grown small businesses. We're just so thrilled to be a part of Vegas's new IT neighborhood.
How was it to open the business here in Las Vegas? What was the process? Was it quick, slow? What was difficult?
I would say it was pretty easy. The municipal and state websites are very user friendly, and there are lots of resources for startups just to help you get you going and fill out all that paperwork and get you going.
So we're here on Colorado and Maine. So we were doing a focus, of course, this show on murals. So this mural, you said, came with the building.
Actually, this one was just done during Life is Beautiful, the big music festival in downtown Las Vegas. Our landlord, Becky Miller, who owns most of the spaces on our block, looked to commission an artist who was in town specifically to do some murals. So we love this sort of primary color-based, very vivid, cartoony look for
Beautiful.
the side of our building.
Very colorful, very bright. People need to see this. It's really, and did you watch them do this? Did you see them do this?
We did, yeah. It was a very simple, outline look. It looks a little bit like early Looney Tunes, Mickey Mouse.
How do they do it? They use the spray cans, or how's this done?
He did.
This is done with spray can.
That's right.
That is amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's just beautiful.
True talent.
Let's look at some of the others here. So obviously Vegas Strong, we know what motivated that, right?
Sure.
So
yeah.
who did this one?
Actually, our landlord Becky Miller did this one herself. She created a stencil, came up with the color scheme, the hearts with the white doves of peace, and a lot of people took pictures with this right after the event.
So you think one day they're going to cover this up and paint something else?
I do, because as a city, we don't want to live in the past, in the shadow of a horrific tragedy.
Right.
But it was something that that people did rally around in the community.
So tell us about this last mural.
Yeah, absolutely. We were in search for a couple of years for a great muralist who could execute our sort of mid-century space-age design and at the same time keep it in the same sort of vein as the rest of the neighborhood. So a lady just walked in one day. She was from Colombia. She was touring the whole western United States looking for walls to paint. And she said, "Can I use your wall for a mural?" And I said, "Can I use you for a muralist?" Yes, absolutely. Wow. She did it just for the cost of materials. And my partner David did this design of this sort of Mars-like moonscape.
So what made you decide on a Mars landscape?
Because if you look back at the ephemera of the atomic age, the 50s and early 60s, there's a focus on future retro because America was looking forward to the future, like space-age kitchens, riding in jetpacks, cars that drove themselves. And so living in space was all part of that.
Well, it's amazing. Very artistic. It's got amazing detail. You got an eye. What's the eye mean? What's the eye stand for?
Yeah, so her style is usually more surrealism, and she wanted to inject a little bit of her own look into it, and we said, okay, you do you. Her name's Melissa Vasquez, and she can be found at Melissa Vasquez Art on Facebook and Instagram.
So tell us about this amazing Cadillac. What's the history behind this?
Yeah, this is a 1960 Cadillac Coupe de Ville that we had shipped from Los Angeles, and we use it for car shows and general promo, but we also pick up wedding groups, drop them off to the chapel. It's been used in music videos, movies, lots of photo shoots by Zappos.
So that's part of the gig here is a tourist calls you and you come pick them up in the Cadillac.
Yeah.
To come get their hair done.
For sure.
That is so cool.
It's a motivator.
That is really great.
Yeah. A lot of people who get married in Vegas are looking for a uniquely Vegas experience.
What year is it?
1960.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's got those beautiful fins. The atomic age really comes out in it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It was made for us.
Great. Now, do you have a website?
Oh, yeah, we do. It's www.atomicstylelounge.com.
Do you have Instagram and Facebook, all that?
We do. It's all Atomic Style Lounge. Yeah.
Great. And let's get the address out one more time.
Sure thing. 1237 South Main Street.
Thanks a lot, Jennifer. This is great. So guys, come on out, check out the murals, check out the lounge, and check and support local businesses. That's what this is about at the end of the day, is supporting local businesses. This is Rob Lauer for 360 News Las Vegas.
Need cash now? Need to move fast? Want to dump that rental house? Call Same Day Cash for Homes now and get a cash offer today. We can usually close in only 2 business days. Call 702-900-2370.